Hello everybody, my name is Blake Calkins. I am going to be attempting at starting a series called the Imperfect Millennial. Here, I really want to achieve helping those who have a goal or an aspiration to be a leader in life. On this channel, I would like to have some healthy discussions around some lessons I've learned and continue to learn. I like to talk about some of the things I do, even from a personal day-to-day piece that helps me improve every single day. As well, on this channel, I'd like to do, some fitness updates and how I stay healthy and have the energy to go to work and help those around me improve their day-to-day lives. Let me tell you what kind of got me started on this. So I have a mentor in life. His name's Sean. He and I had sat down one day and had a conversation, just regular, what do you call a one-on-one, right? And there we talked about the millennials in a workforce. What does that mean? How does that even show up? And I was really intrigued, and I looked on the internet, and I've been handed a challenge multiple times to say, hey, why don't you go read this book to learn this leadership attribution? Why don't you go read this so you can learn how to interact with that person day to day, right? And it's helped me quite a bit. But I ran into one that I'm really struggling to wrap my head around, and I feel that there are a lot of people out there that kind of struggle in the same manner. And that is how to lead people when you're trying to learn yourself, right? I think leadership is a constant learning curve, and there's a lot of books out there, a lot of podcasts, a lot of different interactions where you can see an older generation telling their peers on how to lead the millennials, which are the up-and-coming workforce and eventually will be top in most of your big companies out there, but you don't really see anything where younger millennials or younger leaders learn and give advice on how to mentor and give leadership to the millennials around them. I've done a lot of reflecting, and I think that's why I ultimately ended up kind of pushing myself to make this, let's call it a VOD, a podcast, whatever you want to call it, right? In order to kind of not only document my learning experiences, but as well, this might help a lot of those individuals out there that are aspiring to be leaders. Just to kind of a background myself, right? I'm an assistant manager for Best Buy. I've been with the company for 5 years, and day in and day out, I get hit with challenges, and how do I handle those? How do I handle those as a leader? And don't get me wrong, there's tons of business challenges out there, and I think this channel will kind of help those who might be leaders and need to learn how to run a business more effectively. But I think what's harder than that is most of our businesses, if not every single one of them, are ran by people, right? And that's not an easy thing to do. Everybody's different. Everybody learns differently. Everybody thinks differently. And that creates quite a struggle a lot of times. And I think even harder for those who are younger. When you're a younger leader, you're learning yourself. And every single day, you run into problems. And you try to figure it out yourself, how to improve yourself. And you realize you're also in charge of, let's say, 100 plus employees that are looking to you for guidance and to help them in life when you're learning yourself. So it's a little bit of a weird piece, right? So to kind of give you a little taste of what I really like to achieve with this channel, I kind of want to start off with talking about, to me, what is a leader. And for those of you who would like to be a leader one day, or are aspiring to be a leader, this might kind of help them, right? And the first piece I always really want to discover is, one, what is the definition of a leader to me? Definition of a leader is someone who takes accountability for those around them, right? And you think about that in a day-to-day standpoint is you have however many people and they follow you and they look to you and they aspire to either be you or they aspire to one day maybe even take over, right? And they're looking for guidance. How do you guide them? How do you empower them, right? I think that's probably a better word, right? How do you empower them to do the best that they can do every single day? One thing that I think a lot of people struggle with is something I've been learning over the past few years is, number one, not everybody is made to be a leader. And that's a hard pill for someone to swallow. It's a very hard pill for someone to swallow. You get yourself in a company or you get yourself in a situation that you love doing every single day, right? For me, it's Best Buy. Every day I love going to work. I love, the challenges that the company faces. I love being able to help people through technology. But most importantly, the part that I love the most about my actual career is the fact that I can help those who are aspiring to be a leader or aspiring to accomplish what they want in life. And sometimes I am forced to have some pretty difficult conversations with people to where, hey, if you want to be in charge of people's lives, right, and help them and inspire them, that's not very easy. It doesn't come very easy to everyone. Do I believe that you can work on it every single day and eventually get it? Absolutely. But there is that small group of people, well, probably larger than most, I would assume, that are not really made to be leaders. They're, as I call it in my personal field, right? Some people are designed to sell, some people are designed to lead, right? And another kind of funny standpoint is, right, some, you can look at it from this way. Sometimes, just like in sports, the coaches, they know the game, they understand how to play the game, right? But especially when you get into, a little bit higher situations, coach isn't going to be the athlete anymore. They're not going to be the one throwing the ball 90 miles plus an hour, right? Or, running as fast as they can, or, spiking a tennis ball. You're not always going to be the one who's the best anymore, but you do, as a leader, have to be the one that can inspire that athlete or that employee or, that peer of yours to be the one that can be the fastest, to be the strongest, to throw the hardest, right? To be the smartest, or, in my field, to be the best person and the best salesperson that they can be. And that's kind of what I love about my job, right? The biggest, and I think the thing that has really helped me and really pushed me to be myself, and this is also a piece of why I'm making this video, is giving feedback, right? Is when you want to be a leader in a company or be a leader in life, whatever it is, not only do you need to be willing to accept feedback, whether it's easy or hard, but you have to practice day in and day out giving that feedback and giving effective feedback, and being extremely transparent with that person looking to you. When you're a leader, you have to be able to inspire those around you and inspire them to want to be their best. And, you also have to be the one to tell them, like, look, man, it's just not working out. You are failing to hit these targets. This might not be your thing, right? And not to quote Sean, but some people are great at math, but doesn't mean they're going to be a math teacher, right? It really comes to that standpoint. So that's really ultimately what it is, right? So I think with any future videos, this is just kind of a brief introduction, right? I didn't want this to be something super long. I wanted this to be a brief introduction. I have a lot of ideas. I run into ideas every single day. I note them down. I have a lot of ideas on what I would really love to give this channel. You know, I talk about one of the things with myself is I would like to probably do my next video on, you know, how to possibly give feedback, how to receive feedback, right? Go more in depth than that. I would like to even do a video on, you know, when you're moving up in a company, some of the pains that you are potentially going to run into, right? Especially from the lens of a younger leader, particularly if you really want to define it, a millennial, right? And that's why I made the title of this channel, Imperfect Millennial, because, you know, every single day I'm personally learning and every single day I personally fail, and you got to get used to it, right? And this is going to be a great place for people to not only leave me feedback, but for me to help grow myself and those who are looking to move up in life, right? However that may be. So honestly, thank you so much for those of you who have watched my video. Please go on Instagram, go on Facebook. If you haven't added me, please add me. Like it, thumbs down, thumbs up, leave in the comments some ideas that you might have, or maybe even some bold viewpoints that you might have that I can cover in a future video, right? And I think ultimately, if we can grow together with this channel, I think it'll be the point of why I made it, right? And this can kind of be the overall arching goal. Cool? All right, everybody, thank you so much.